Welcome to another episode of Quarant Tennis for Essentially Sports. Today we have a very special guest joining us. It's been a very wild 48 hours for him personally. None other than Pere Riba. Thanks for taking a time out to chat with us because it's been a really hectic 48 hours for you, I believe. How are you doing out there?
Thank you to you guys. I very appreciate your time and then that you share with me, this moment. And yes, I'm here at home. I will be 4 days in Spain, but I'm living there in US for coming back for practice with Coco and continue with the rest of the season.
Oh, you've already reached Spain, by the way.
Well, I'm just coming just a couple of days, but yeah, I have to coming back to the US. Yeah.
All right. So, how? By the way, congratulations. I on the record as well that for such a massive achievement with Coco Gauff. How have the last 48 hours been, and how have you been celebrating? By the way.
Well, it was a good celebration. We went to dinner. Everyone was so happy. It was really important for everyone, especially for Coco, that this achievement. Of course, is the U.S. Open, but previously she won the Washington, Cincinnati, and of course later the U.S. Open. Everyone was happy, and yes, it was a really good time.
Did the parents join you for the celebration?
Yeah, of course, of course. All the family was there. Some friends, but yes, all the team, everyone. And all of us, we enjoy it.
Great, great. What were the nerves like? We were seeing this live, and during the first set, you were so nervous. She was down a break. How was the players box during that first set? Take us through that.
Well, the situation is like in the first set, she entered. She in the beginning doesn't play, the level, that she was playing in the previous matches. She was playing a little bit short. Sabalenka was more aggressive than Coco in the beginning, and we were in the right spot. And this is why at the moment that Coco changed a bit the tactic and changed a bit the situation that how the match were going, then we can see that Coco can play better and that finally she can win the match.
What tactic exactly do you think? What changed after the first set? Because or did was it something you guys said during the coaching?
Yeah, I was saying to her, because in one moment she wasn't finding solutions. She was playing really short in the beginning in the first set, running far away from the baseline. Giving to Sabalenka the initiative of the game. Not was easy. It was a final of Grand Slam. Everyone wants to win this type of matches. And the thing that was that in the beginning she was playing a little bit more to the backhand. She changed it. She shares the game a bit more in the forehand. That is one thing that in that match was helping to her. And then at the moment that she played more deep, and then she takes two steps in the core and play a bit more aggressive, the match changed.
Great, that's a great insight because and that's what we saw as well during the match. Now it's as you said, she's won two tournaments. She's won, she's defeated Iga Swiatek, who was then the world number one, and now she's defeated Aryna Sabalenka, who is the current world number one. What do you think is next? Like, and what do you think has more importantly changed? Because she was not able to win the big tournaments until now. She was very nervous against the big top players, but now she's beaten two world number ones and she's won a Grand Slam as well. What do you think has changed fundamentally? Has it been her belief? Has it been her attitude during the practice sessions? What has fundamentally changed?
Well, the situation is like was a process. I think so that right now she's beating these players, but she has to continue working. She has to continue, with the feet in the ground. That for sure that she will be like this because Coco has an unbelievable character. She's so humble. And the thing that is changing that we fixed things on her game that later she's going to the court, she has, that this confidence because she worked really hard, and then these changes on her game produce that she has more confidence, that she feels more strong, the mentality is changing, in a positive direction. And it's the combination of all these things. It's like, when you improve one thing, directly affects to the other ones. And then she improved, three four things on her game that produce that big change. And then at least, you at finally, it's like I told you in the last interview, it's like not only the result, is the way, and that way it brings the results. And I think so that Coco understood that. Coco is working always with a lot of, um, hard work, always so humble. And this is the path that she has to follow for continue taking these results, like she took the last month.
That is such a beautiful answer, and you are probably right that so many factors have come into play for her to, finally break through as a really good player. One of the factors I would like to really point out is the doubles with Jessica Pegula. They recently have become the, like the world number one basically for, the women's doubles. It has never been the case since Serena and Venus combination has happened. How do you feel about that, and how has that doubles pairing with Jessica Pegula been helping her game in singles?
The doubles, always, you can improve a lot, in the net, and also serve returns. I think so that doubles, it's positive if you know when you have to play the doubles. At least Coco has priorities in singles because she is a singles player, and then she has to choose really well when has to play doubles or when she doesn't have to play the doubles. But of course, and at least, to play with one partner like Jessica Pegula, that has a lot of experience, and Coco still is in a process that is 19 years old, and is, she needs to continue improving, continue evolving. Coco doesn't touch, her sky. It's like it's a big margin to improve yet, and then she has to continue working and improving. The key is like she is continue opening to improve. And I think so that to play the doubles with Pegula also help to her in his, development.
Great, great to hear that. And another thing, definitely, that is probably on your mind is the world number one right now because she's risen 3 places in the WTA rankings. Do you really think Coco could be the next world number one in the coming months? Is that really a possible goal?
This year complicated because at least it's a lot of difference of points, between, Sabalenka and Sviatek. At least, in the beginning of the year, Coco doesn't have bad results, but not had the results that she is taking since June. And then I think so that if she continue doing the things well, if she continue working in the practices like the way that she's doing, next year, she has realistic options to be number one, but always, being really humble, working the same, feet in the ground, doing the things that she has to do. But this one goal that I think so that is for the next year, because for this year, the quantity of points, the difference of points is really, really high, and then it's like no realistic options for take the number one of the world this year.
Well, talking about the former world number ones, the last American world number one was none other than Serena Williams, and a lot of people have been comparing her with the GOAT. The way she carries herself around the court has also, and the way she answers questions in the press conference is so mature. What do you think about that comparison? Is it too much pressure to put it on a 19-year-old, or do you think she really has it to become one of the best American players?
Listen, and finally, the people always wants to compare. In the sports, all the people, we have the habit to compare when someone is really good. In the ATP tour, like right now, for example, is a lot of, comparison against Alcaraz with Nadal. Always they like to compare, but Coco, she knows that she has her path, her way. You know, it's like she's working really hard, and of course, she's dreaming on big. You know, these titles. You know, this way how she's playing. Of course, she has to dream big, and then she has to follow her way. Also, she had pressure in the U.S. Open because at least she was winning in Washington and Cincinnati, and all the people was expecting to something big
Yeah.
from her side. This time happened. I'm so happy. She's so happy. Everyone is so happy. But not every single time that the expectations are there, you are gonna take it. You know, it's this like. But she knows that if she continue working hard and doing the things well, you know, I think so, and I really believe I have a lot of faith that big things are gonna happen, and but then always working hard and doing the things that she has to do.
Talking about big things, obviously you have the Olympics coming up next year. Have that has that conversation happened between the team and Coco Gauff? Like, how are you preparing for Olympics, or is that really a far off topic right now?
Coco like the idea. She really is working really hard. She has the dream that to win one medal for America. You know, for everyone. It's not only for Coco. All the players want that. You know, represent your country. It's so important. It's like a special, really special tournament. And of course, Coco will go there, and then she's gonna fight. She's gonna do her best, and this is for me the most important thing, that Coco is entering in the court, is leaving everything there. Is working hard, is enjoying the process. And I think so that she found the way. And when you found the way, it's more easy that the good things are coming.
That is such a beautiful way to put it. That she has finally found her way, and you and Brad, of course, were in her ear during the U.S. Open final. We saw it on cameras, your excitement and the way you were, saying "come on" and cheering her on. What do you think about the on-court coaching that has been allowed at U.S. Open right now? Do you think it's a good thing for players to, constantly talk with coaches, or like, what do you think about that rule?
Me, I think so that is really positive, because at least it's so important to do the previous work on core, the practices, but sometimes also in all the sports you have the coaching, and it's really
Yeah.
important for the player. I remember that I love the way that in some years that the coach, if the player wants, the player can say that the coach coming on court, and then, but after the COVID happened, this
Yeah.
they don't allow the game to do it. But I think so
Yeah.
that is really good, because for the spectators, for the people to see what the coaches are saying to the players, I really believe that it's so interesting to watch this and what is going on. My opinion is like in the future, WTA and ATP has to think about it, about that to allow again to enter to the coach if the player requests.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good opinion, and that's a very positive thing you've said about the on-court coaching as well. Speaking about on-court coaching, we didn't see Coco Gauff's dad sit. He was sitting very far off. Was that the plan? Was he really nervous to sit in the players' box? Like, what was going on there?
Well, was at finally with Coco, you are the 24/7, all the days, and then we created routines, and the things are working well. And was the situation about one routine that we were bringing from long time was working, and just was the for continue the routine, like was like don't change the things when the things are working well. But that finally the dad is the person that is leading the team, is the most important person for Coco, is the person that is creating all this atmosphere. Corey, the dad of Coco, is the most important guy, and is the success of Coco is because Corey is there.
How closely is his father still involved with you guys in the coaching? Is he really involved, or is it just from an outsider perspective that he brings in?
Well, Corey has the idea of tennis, and I'm talking with him a lot, and and about, in terms he's giving to me a lot of suggestions. He understand what is going on. We share opinions, but the good thing is that he's giving to me a lot of freedom. He has a lot of confidence on me. Now the results, I can give him back, this confidence to him with these results. And everything is working really well. And of course Corey is doing a paper on this team, and especially, of course, on Coco, really really important.
That is really great that he's been, and you're right that your success with Coco has been, it's been absolutely wonderful. You've won multiple tournaments, you've beaten multiple world number ones. It's like a there is no downward curve right now in sight. And talking about coaches, how has the Brad Gilbert influence been, and is he going to continue with the team for the rest of the year, or is he going to step away for the rest of the year? How's that looking?
Well, like I told you the last time, Brad finally is working like a consultant. He's helping to giving some advices from outside. Me, I'm the coach, and then it's really positive, to have Brad. Is a guy that have a lot of experience, and then, receive these advices. Like I told you, like, if Coco is happy, me, I'm happy. If I see that someone can bring to us something positive for Coco, I'm the first one that I'm ready for receive this gift. And well, this is like Corey is talking with Brad. I give my point of view. Of course, I see that Brad stay in the team is really positive, and it's like Corey right now is talking, is managing. This is why I told you that Corey is really important. Because he's taking really good decisions. He's managing really well the team. Always a lot of communication with me. Both of us, we are talking about every single thing, and like that is so easy to work.
Great, great to hear that. One last question: how has the attention been? Like, we've seen Michelle Obama, Barack Obama come to watch Coco Gauff's matches. We've seen Kevin Durant. We've seen a lot of celebrities come to watch Coco Gauff's matches. How has that been as an experience for you and your team? And has Coco taken it a little bit more differently, or how has that impacted her in her game?
Well, Coco Asmani is a star, also is a celebrity, and then it's good, like people comes to see the matches of Coco, and I think so that is normal. They enjoy it a lot in the U.S. Open, the show, the energy that Coco brings to the court, and it's important for her, that people love to watch her. I think so that
Hmm.
she brings really normal, and I'm happy that all these people is coming to see the matches of Coco.
Great. Thanks again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us. Best of luck for the rest of the year, and I hope she goes on to win multiple tournaments this year as well. Congratulations again with the
Thank you
US
very
Open
much.
victory.
It's a pleasure stay here with you, and I hope to see you again in the future.